we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I would like to open the meeting to public comment. Anybody in the front row?
Oops, yeah, comment. Tonight, the Santa and reindeer is changed to out to Zook motors because of the weather. In case anybody heard of the kids or grandkids.
Yeah, way too cold outside, that's for sure.
Anybody in the second row? Third row? John?
I have a comment. Sackett Road. Part of the road is open for snowmobiles, but the rest of the road isn't. Now, we have people coming in with multiple sleds, who would like to use the trailhead there, but it says no snowmobiles on it. And being there's no place to unload or load at the trailhead there, we would ask that you open Sackett Road down as far as my house at least. Because out at where Joe Nicholas lives, he's right adjacent to the trail and he can get in with the people out there. But these people with camps down there are paying a lot of money and not being able to utilize it. Now, prior meeting, Mr. Wolfe said they could come up and unload at their place, but when they went to do it, they were told they couldn't do it. So we need to perhaps open the rest of that road. These people are bringing in 25, 30 sleds at a time. And it would be nice if it could be opened up for these people, the same as it is for the snowmobile club down.
As long as there's no liability to the township, I don't know why we couldn't.
We have to pass an ordinance to open that road.
Yeah, we would, it would, yeah, you would guys would have to pass the ordinance, but it's not, I've seen other townships do it, it's, not hard at all. I could easily get a sample.
We'd have to have a solicitor write an ordinance up.
Yeah, or I could find another township that's doing it and
You
they
gotta
could get a copy.
understand, there's no place
And we could use it.
for anybody to unload
Right.
that they don't take their machine off and then have to take the truck back to the camp and then walk back to the machine. That's not fair.
I'll make a motion that we, get an ordinance road up and open the road.
Awesome.
Well, that's very much appreciated. Thank you very much.
I'll second
That's
that
all I
motion.
ask. Prior to this, Mr. Wolfe will tell you, I asked that that be shut off down there, but it's not fair to the other people who are spending a lot of money. These machines are running
Put-
$5,000, $6,000, $7,000. It's hard to
Used.
walk away from. And when they
Like
went up to the
15
club,
grand,
they were
yeah.
supposed to go down to Zilli and Opal and sign up, and these people from Erie and up in that direction. God help us, we probably won't have any more snow than what we got, but if we do, they'd like to be able to come up here. And that's all I'm asking. I think that's
That's
fair.
fair.
I think you guys think it's fair.
I do.
Good. That's all I
So-
have to say. That's-
If you want, I can talk to the snow seekers and have them let some of them people park on the snow seekers lot until
They're
the
coming in
or,
with semis, there's no place to put them. You understand, they're coming in with a dump truck with maybe a trailer with like.
I know who they
5
are.
sleds. You know who they are, yeah. They're not bad people now.
I never said they were bad people. I know them. They're from Ohio.
No, they're from.
I mean, we'll get the
they're
ball
out
rolling.
around
It
Corey.
just doesn't happen overnight, but we'll get the
What's
ball.
that?
Said it can't happen overnight with the ordinance, but
Well,
we'll get the ball
only thing I
rolling.
can say is, I talked to the state police. At the present time, if the snowmobile club uses that, they'll arrest those people, unless the rest of the people can come up and use it too. That's all I'm saying, because I already talked to them, and I'm sure you guys already know that.
I'll talk to Bob Hurst and see if he can't let
He
him
said-
park.
He said, no way.
I'll talk to Bob Hurst.
I'm just telling you. you
Yeah,
already said that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I will talk to Bob Hurst and ask him until we get the ordinance passed if we can't park some lots in there. That construction trailer ought to be out of there by now.
Well, I think he wants a stipend if somebody parks.
I know what he wants.
Yeah, we'll
And
get
that's
the,
not fair.
But-
You're going back.
yeah,
The only entrance that you folks have from the snowmobile club is down the road. That can be shut off, and as you well know. Now, I've already talked to him. I said, I don't want to shut the snowmobile club down. All I'm asking is for the people to be able to come up. And that's, I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but I did talk to the state police. You are not allowed to use that road unless other people are allowed. And then they'll overlook it, but it's still against the law.
well, we'll get
But
the ball rolling.
These people are paying insurance and everything else as a snowmobile club is. And why not? The snowmobile club doesn't hardly pay anything for what they're doing. Whereas the people down that road there are paying damn near double what the snowmobile club is. Tax wise.
Well, we'll get the ball rolling here, so.
Thank you.
Contact the solicitor.
That's enough.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, moving on. Need a motion to approve the November meeting minutes and accept the November treasurer's report and balance sheet.
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
I'll second it.
Okay. Correspondence. Got a letter from PennDOT from the fines. Christy, I don't see that here.
What? Oh, didn't I give it to you? Oh, geez. Oh, that's it.
We're pleased to inform that the state police fines will make payment in the amount of $830.48 paid on December 1st, 2017.
Oh, we got it already.
Give that back to you. Okay, notice from the DECD a change in the Uniform Construction Code. And it's $4.50 for each construction or building permit for third-party agencies. Letter from PSATs. But they're want to do a mini casino.
Well, there's Act 42 authorizes the placement of 10 Category 4 casinos within the Commonwealth. Category 4 casino is a mini casino, not less than 300 or more than 750 slot machines.
Our potential for something like that's about 0 to nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
We
mean,
should
you'd have to apply for it.
talk to John and see if he's got a piece of property he can't sell somebody.
I think it would fit well down in Mr. Wolfe's territory.
That's good, my
Well-
wife can walk across the street and go to it then.
No,
Well, I agree. I mean, it's.
I have no-
It should be where there's people.
no, Wetmore Township passed a resolution to not allow that. Should we do the same?
Personally, I don't think there's a chance because we don't have the infrastructure to
No,
cover that.
no.
And I don't think there's a big enough piece of property available. Oh, yeah, I guess there's 33 acres out in Highland Road that they got.
I
for
don't think
sale.
anybody wants to put it in the middle of the woods though.
Yeah, I think we just ignore it myself.
All right.
Okay. Moving on, a letter from the PA Family Council,
In regards to the same
and
thing.
it's basically the same thing about the,
Basically,
casinos.
wanting us not to do it.
and they're asking us not to do it. 2 notices from Comcast.
One's to renew our agreement with them.
Yeah.
Just to renew the agreement with them. And actually unanimously. The second one is a price change.
Oh, joy.
Which everybody will get it says in it, everybody will get a copy in their bill.
For
of
December
sale.
20th, 2017,
Yeah.
prices for certain services and fees will be increasing, including the broadcast TV fee and the regional sports fee. Letter from PSATs, from the Trustees Insurance and Retirement Services. And it's the statement. And we have to make a motion to adopt it.
Yeah, we have to do it every year. It's just to renew their disclosure statement, and then we have to file it. Because like
Okay.
when we come to get it, they do our pension audit. This is required, so we have to do it.
I need a motion to adopt this.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
A letter from Flynn Environmental Services Incorporated.
They're more or less just offering their
Okay.
services to remove our storage tank, which we already did. That's all.
What's already done.
Yeah.
Isn't this the tank that we took out
Yep.
last summer?
Yeah, yeah, so it's done.
And weren't they part of it? Didn't they have an
They had,
inspector?
yeah, they had to have.
They had an inspector here while we took it out
Yes,
also.
Yes,
Yeah. Wasn't
Christy, I
free
don't have a
either.
copy of the audit either.
it's up there.
Okay, we received the municipal authority's annual audit. Anybody would like to see that? There's a copy of it here. A letter from the EADS group,
Oh,
and it's for a bridge inspection program,
which is also up there.
which it's up here. Anybody would like to see it? Letter from the USDA about the Chafee project.
That's up
There's a
there.
report up there. Anybody would like to see it? Minutes from the KARCC. Anybody would like to see that? Minutes from the Elk County Commissioners meeting, if anybody would like to see that. And we received permit renewals from Seneca Resources in Jones Township. And that is it for correspondence, committee reports. Marcia?
This Sunday, we're doing the luminaries at dusk, and I would ask for the winter, the whole winter if possible, if you can not plow me in the shed and the pavilion. I know it can be plowed a different way. It was yesterday. Someone, I don't know, was something different that plowed or what, but I don't like to have to go up there and shovel. So it could be plowed right
We'll talk
in
to
front of
Tom.
the shed and in front of the
I'll
pavilion.
talk to Tommy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, there's nobody here from the fire department. I'm sure they will submit a report. And we have a copy of the road department report. Anybody would like to see that? All right. Old business. Discuss removing properties from the sewer bills.
And do we have them?
Yeah.
Properties?
Question. Do these properties that you want removed from the sewer bill, do they have an erected building on them? A house that potentially somebody could live in?
No,
No.
they're dilapidated beyond living. They
If
have no
there's-
water to them.
If there's a building on it, my suggestion is then it's a potential that
Well,
somebody,
they're not even tapped into the new sewer
Okay.
line.
yeah,
They don't even have sewer.
okay. That's why, you
And it
know,
has to be tore down though, the way I understand it, before you can do it. I'm not positive.
Christie,
but-
do you have those minutes?
Or down there, the quote taken out with inspection.
I know that's how it was.
June 12th, 1996. There was some minutes here. And,
It's down at the bottom.
Howard Humphrey property, the old fire hall, has no water in the building, therefore he has requested the supervisors to take him off the sewage rolls. Mr. Vandernick will contact Mr. Duffy, the assessment office, to do this, and will also report to Mr. Humphrey. So we have the old fire hall didn't have any water to it, and it was done previously, and I see no problem. If somebody doesn't have water to a building,
That
I
building's
don't
being
see why
used.
they're being billed for sewage.
He got his taken off the tax roll. It's only fair that anybody else does it. All's fair. So I make a motion, to take them off the tax rolls.
Oh, you have to list the properties, oh, you have to name.
How many are there?
I believe there's three.
3 or 4. I can't remember.
The Edmund and Don Van Tassel, the 18 Ohio Avenue and 28 Ohio Avenue,
Okay.
and Robert and Judy Reigel of 123 New Jersey Avenue and I think that says 182 Ohio Avenue.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
I'm staying out of it because I'm.
I have to abstain because Dawn Van Tassel is my sister,
You can't, you have to vote.
so
You have to vote.
there has to be a vote.
Did anybody contact the municipal authority and ask them about it?
Dawn Van Tassel came up to me and she said she tried multiple times to talk with that she went to meetings with municipal authority and they told them to contact Russ Braun, and Russ Braun told them he doesn't have anything to do with it. And she went to the assessment office and the assessment office told her that it's up to the supervisors. That's what she told me. I'm not sure if that's how it happened.
He also won't have some of these bad buildings, he won't condemn to be torn down either.
Right.
Tore down and, when people just keep hanging on to them.
Is there any wells on the property? Any water wells?
When Rob had that property, that bill,
Actually, I think that there's a water well
he was
on,
told that he had to tear it down before he could have it off the taxes, and he wasn't.
On-
Well, it's not
Sister's
off of the property taxes.
No, I mean off of the water or anything, he wasn't even on
Well,
it.
they
There
didn't
was
do
no
it for
water.
Humphreys, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Missy and them had to tear down the house beside them.
yeah, before.
That
they-
was just recently.
But it was up for 15 years and she wasn't paying sewer bill. It wasn't even on the tax roll. She actually sat at a meeting, said she wasn't connected or anything. I mean, so they've done it for certain people, but not others.
Well, regardless, it's not right that somebody pays a sewer bill on property that they don't even have water on and it's not
There
even
has
hooked
to
into
be
the
something
sewer.
more to it, Mike. I mean, it
I'd look
just,
into it more.
That's
it
what the
doesn't
court
make sense. I mean,
told
if
me.
that was the case, why wouldn't they let him? There has to be something more. I don't know, Brian, Sue, somebody could tell you on the water authority, and I'm not arguing,
There-
because I have water in mine,
There's
so I'm
an easy
paying
fix.
sewer bill.
These are easy fix. If you take the sewer bill off the taxes, then it is the responsibility of the municipal authority. Then you guys don't even have to make that
And, okay,
decision.
another one was, Bob down there, he tore down that place, Bob, the one that died,
Oh.
Bob Evans.
You know,
He tore down.
My
that
personal
place, you know?
opinion, this tax thing is, I've never seen it.
Yeah, then, I mean, like I
I've
said,
never,
if you
in all
guys
my
take,
life,
if you
I've
guys take it off the
built
tax
a few
bills,
sewage treatment plants, been
If you guys
involved in
take it off the
them.
tax
And you
bills,
pay
then
by
that's-
the amount of water
yeah.
you use.
then it's not your
And
responsibility.
this,
All right, we'll go this route. I make a motion that we take the sewer bill off the taxes.
Then it's not your responsibility
Then the
anymore.
municipal authority can handle it and we don't have to.
Yeah.
It should be off the taxes anyhow.
easy
I
fix.
don't know why it was ever
we-
on the taxes.
Do we have
Mike, you
to,
dared
do
to
we
do
have
that
to pass an
without
ordinance for
without
that?
talking
I'm
to
sorry?
some of them.
Do we have to pass an
And then
ordinance?
will
No.
talk to me anyhow.
Well, then maybe they'll say to you, then you collect it.
We-
You know?
They can't, they're
They
not
can't.
responsible for it. They're supposed to be a
Well, that's
separate
why I said
entity.
you're kinda tying their hands too. I mean,
Not really, they do a water bill. So
And if-
what's the difference on a sewer bill?
If everybody's set at $720 a year right now, $60 a month, I mean, why can't they just add it
A
in?
lot of people want it off the tax rolls,
Just like
but
when
people
they
are
send out the water
tired
bill.
of trying to
and
come
they've
up
had
with
it on for
720
I
bucks
could care
every year.
less, but I'm just saying, are you tying the municipalities' hands by doing that?
They have a secretary that already makes out a water bill.
Right.
She's paid,
Every
she's
3
on the
months.
payroll for them, so I don't see where the problem would be.
I asked them at a water meeting if they could do that, because it would be easier.
Well, they
for me.
can't.
But they said the water bill and everything's gonna have to go up, because they're gonna have to do more work, it'll be more billing and whatever, so. They
Cost
said it
more
would
money.
cost the people more money, is what they
Right,
told
most
me.
people don't wanna come up with $720 every year, they'd rather make a small payment. A lot of people have asked for years now about it, a lot of people in this town, and
We'll just have to pay more then. That's just the way it is.
that's what they want.
Yeah.
Can I intercede a minute?
Sure.
As I look at the different property around this community, because I buy and sell property, there's a lot of your people that wait the 3-year term before they pay their bill.
Right.
And I would suggest to you folks that after 1 year, that you send a collection notice out, because otherwise you're losing that money.
It
That's
can't
not-
be done, John.
We can't do it
It's
that way.
already.
Can't be done because it's on, it's on the taxes.
Well, no, it's not even just that, it's, that sewer
I
bill,
look at the deeds, and there's 3 years of water.
that sewer bill is still the municipal authority's responsibility,
Well-
even if it's on the
That's not fair
taxes.
to the people that are paying the bill.
Right,
And
and
that's what's setting your costs
Right.
up, because if everybody was paying their fair
I
share
agree.
at the time that they were supposed to,
Yep,
right,
you wouldn't have this extra cost
Yep.
that's stuck on time after.
and that's
Yep.
where it would be better to take it off the taxes.
Certain-
Okay, we have two
That's
motions on the floor.
$750 sometimes is more than a lot of
Yep.
people can stand, you know what I mean?
Oh, it is.
If you make your payment, say, so to speak, like you're talking once a month, that's the only way to go. And if they can't pay it at the end of the year, and it has to slide on to the next year, who's getting hurt?
Well,
It's the
putting-
rest of the taxpayers.
Right, and it's
that are-
putting the authority in a bind,
yep, I agree.
That's right.
because that's
And it
money they
should
don't
be.
have coming in, and
Yep.
You should automatically go in, give them 30 days,
Yep.
and shut her off.
Yep.
And that way you'll get paid. Otherwise, you wait 3 years,
Yeah, yep, it just rolls over.
and you got 2 years, and if they decide to leave, you're out.
well, you
Yep.
can live on your property for the rest of your life and be 2 years behind.
Yep.
But it.
You know what I'm
the thing is,
saying?
It's a tax write-off for some of
Yep.
the elite,
Yep,
Mhm.
but other people, that's.
yep,
Mr. Consford, you're correct, but I'll make one statement. The people that aren't paying the bill now won't pay the monthly
That's
bill
right.
either.
They won't.
Well, they don't have to.
Then they
pay
have to
monthly.
shut them off, they have to get legal fees, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well,
Shut
I
'em
mean,
off.
And
That's
as,
the way to go.
as it stands now, I don't think they can be shut off.
well,
Because, yeah, see, the municipal authority had been at meetings years ago and said that they can't do separate collection for that because it's on the taxes.
Yeah.
Otherwise they can go in, they can shut your water, if they were in control of that, they could shut your
can.
water off if you're current on your water bill but not your sewer bill, they can shut your water off.
Right.
And then charge a reconnection fee for everything.
That's the way it should be.
Yep.
That's the way
Yeah,
it is in
and that's
every
what they
other
said at a
community
meeting a
except
few
this
years ago.
Can we set up a meeting with the sewer,
We have-
with the municipal authority and get this thing ironed out, which,
We have two motions on the floor.
I know.
One to take these 4 pieces of property off the tax rolls, and one to take the entire sewer bill off the tax roll.
It's the only way to go.
Yeah, but if they could alternate from 3 months.
I made the motion, so.
yep,
And you can do a
I have a waiver
conflict of
here
interest.
because Dawn Van Tash was my sister, but I'm gonna make this statement. I have had several people over the last year and a half
big.
come to me and tell me what a hardship
I
it is being
can
on the
imagine
taxes.
that's a hardship.
I mean, so,
But here's the other thing about it, just, the reason I'm hesitating, I'm not part of it. Whatever I say, I'm affecting people, it won't affect me. The people that are gonna pay X amount of dollars are gonna pay much more money than the $750 a year, or $720, because and the municipal authority's gonna have to tax or get somebody to pay the bill. So the people that use it are gonna pay it more than everybody. That's my comment to the fact. Now, you guys pay it, you know it, I'm relying on you, I'm relying on the two of you to say, well, let's do this or let's do that. And I'll go along with what you want.
You don't think you should meet with the authority?
That's what I said, we meet with them and see what
At
the
least
story is.
talk.
Because here's the thing that I see from it. Instead of paying $60 a month for your sewage, you're gonna be paying $100.
Right, with
Not
your
necessarily.
water.
With
All
your
right.
water and everything else.
see,
How do you
Table it.
figure
I don't
it's
see
gonna
any
go to
reason
100?
to do that.
I'm just using
If
it as,
I-
I'm just using it as
If I
a,
pay my monthly sewer bill, and I'm not saying somebody doesn't, but I mean, I'll just use Bob for an example. If Bob doesn't pay his sewer bill, and they say, okay, we're gonna shut your water off after 30 days. Now, Bob doesn't have any water, he can't be using any sewage. In order for Bob to have his water turned back on, he's gonna have to pay a reconnection fee. If he ends up that he doesn't wanna pay, just say his $60 sewer bill for that month, then they take him to the JP, and if Bob loses, which he's probably gonna lose,
right.
he's gonna pay the $60 anyway, plus he's gonna pay all the court costs. If you have Comcast and you don't pay your television bill, Comcast takes you before the JP and you pay Comcast and you pay all the legal fees, and that's the end of it.
And I don't see why it should go up that much. I mean, it's already a set fee. Why can't they, even if they just billed it quarterly, they could do one line item on our water bill, add one extra line to the water bill and say, here, $120 for the last, 2 months.
Which
or
that's up to them, but
You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for it to go up much. I mean,
Here's from my standpoint. Say you're paying $750 a year and you use 100 people. I'm using this that's $7,500. To get that's the amount of money they need to operate the municipal authority. And that goes on top, instead of 100 people, you got 20 that are not connected, are not paying. The 80 people got to pay the $7,500.
Right, but Brian had said at a meeting about 4 years ago and said there was close to $40,000 that was owed to the municipal authority just in back sewer bills, because like John said, people were 2 or 3 years behind.
Oh, yeah.
$40,000. But see, with this route, they could never get that higher. They'd have to move out. I mean, you wouldn't have
not
water
that
or
they're gonna
sewer.
pay back
They're not gonna-
exactly
I
what
think
they
the municipal
owe, but-
authority would actually gain in the short term here, because people would have to catch up on their water bill or their sewer bill. They're gonna get shut off.
But the water authority must already figured something else, because they have an attempt to do
They
that.
said it would be too hard and.
Well,
You know,
yeah,
that's why I say, I
Brian-
think
When
we
I
should
asked
meet
for it.
with
I
them.
But
don't
see,
see
Brian
how
and them
much
don't
harder
understand what
it
it
would be. I mean,
takes
it's
to
a
do it, because
program.
Brian sat up here and said it would
It's a
practically
computer
take an
program
act
that
of
they
God
print
visit
out the
quote
bill
from
and-
him to get that off the
But they're,
taxes, but that's not true.
even say they decide they want to try and recoup some of the money that people aren't paying. There is more than one. Linda said at the PSATS conference, there's more than one attorney that will get the delinquent funds for them at no cost to them, except for they just take a percentage of what they recoup. So they would be getting. They wouldn't be getting 100% of the money, but at least they wouldn't be getting zero. They'll be getting, try and be getting 8% of that $40,000, and that's a lot of money.
And I've
compared to
tried
never
telling
getting
them,
that.
Right.
I've tried telling them that
But
at
they,
meetings and
but
they don't
they're,
wanna do it.
the attorneys do it for
The thing
nothing,
of it
and all they
though,
do is take a
they're running
10%.
it, and they're doing it and doing a pretty good job. They're staying afloat.
Mhm.
Why would you cut their throat without even
That's not cutting their
talking to them?
throat. That's,
I mean, like I say,
They're
I
still
don't
gonna
care
get their money
because
either
I pay
way.
mine.
I don't see how it's
But
cutting their
I
throat.
would think out of common
They're still getting their money
courtesy, you
either
would
way.
talk to them.
they're still getting their
How do
money
you
either
figure
way.
that we would be cutting their throat if we did this?
Because none of it, they don't agree to it. You should at least see what
It's-
they have to say.
They didn't agree to it to put it on there.
Pardon me?
They didn't agree to put it on the
It's
taxes.
been on there forever
The
and ever.
three supervisors that were in office at that time put it on the taxes.
No, it's been on the taxes, when Mike Bradley lived down there. You're badly mistaken. It was only $10 or $15. And that's how they grandfathered in. And this, I do know for a fact, this is true. It was grandfathered in because it's been on there forever and ever. But it was only $10 per family a year, and they went down and shoveled out to Shit Creek and stuff like
Oh.
this. And I know this for a fact, Glenn. I'm not
Well,
bullshitting.
regardless.
She's right, but back then we didn't have a municipal authority.
We didn't have an
They
authority.
aren't handling the
The
sewage
municipal
stuff.
authority was formed whenever you put the sewage treatment plant in.
That's
Is
right.
that
Yeah,
correct?
because they actually have, a municipal authority has more power to borrow money for projects like that than a township does, believe it or not. That's one of the biggest reasons to create a municipal authority.
Well, I want to meet with somebody in the municipal authority. There's, on this latest township news, there's grants available for them also. 100% grant, which is unusual.
Let's go.
I just hate to see the town in disarray and
Again,
upset.
Table it till next meeting, I guess.
We're not gonna table it.
just
We're
do
gonna
it.
vote, we're voting on it.
Just do it.
Yes, right. And
Why we just have a meeting
I
with
will-
water
I made the
so
motion.
people don't
Yep.
fight.
I can't vote on the first motion. I have to abstain because my sister is one of the property owners. It's a pretty tough decision, but I can say, as I stated before, there has been numerous people that I've talked to that said, you know, why don't you guys take this off the tax bill?
Obviously, motion dies because of lack of second. That's
So-
Robert's rules.
If you can't vote on your sister stuff, you're gonna vote on the other two though?
I,
Those two you could vote on.
yeah, I can vote on that one, so. Mike made a motion, I'm
I'm
gonna
not
second
go-
the motion,
What's the second one?
Nobody seconded.
to take the entire sewer off of the taxes.
Okay, that's up to you guys. I'm gonna abstain because.
You
it's
can't
not
abstain, you
affecting
gotta
me.
vote.
I will second the motion, and
He
now
can
I,
second.
You can say no, but you can't
No,
abstain.
I'll say
Okay.
no.
Okay.
What about taking it off the other two properties that's not your sister's?
Nobody seconded it yet.
No, I know, that's what I was telling Glenn, he can vote on those two if he can't vote on his sister's, cause there's no conflict there.
and,
But then,
There-
aren't you related to
Hey, we're doing this, are we,
Mike? or-
one other question you have.
No,
No.
he's not related to them.
There's probably a lot of taxes that are in arrears. And they still owe that tax up to this date,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
If you don't wanna take those off of those properties there, I wanna see you go back and from the beginning of when that sewer plant was put in and bill these people that weren't paying. We've had multiple people at township meetings admit that they never had a sewer bill since that was put in, whether their house is tore down now or not, go up until the house was tore down. I mean, that's gonna be thousands of dollars per property, but it's fair either one way or the other. It's not
Here's-
fair to be one person here, another person here.
here's the question, Christie. Mike made a motion to take these
Properties.
properties off. He also made a motion to
Yeah,
take
that
the
might
entire
make,
sewer.
yeah, that might make that moot then, because if they're not gonna be, if the sewer bill's not gonna be taxed anymore, then you don't have, then it doesn't matter. Because this would go to the next this would affect our next tax roll, or our next tax year, and if the sewer isn't on taxes anyway, then it doesn't matter. Because those properties won't be on there for sewer. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter, you can probably just rescind that vote, or rescind that motion,
All right,
because you didn't.
rescind the motion.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So what did
New
you
business.
decide to do?
I seconded the motion to remove the sewer off the taxes.
So that's a done deal then, you're gonna remove it off the taxes. What are you gonna do if they say take it over and run it? Well, you won't have to worry, Glenn, cause you'll be out of here, but the other two,
I won't have to worry.
All
I
right,
think
let's
you
go.
should
Okay.
discuss it with them.
I do too, I think it's rude and ignorant that they're not.
Yeah.
It has been discussed.
Under new business, make a motion to accept the 2018 budget.
I'll make it.
I'll second it.
I'll vote yes. Make a motion to accept resolution 2018-01.
I'll make the motion.
Oh, wait a minute. One of those is that for the casinos, if you guys decide you're not gonna do it, then don't do it. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's the 12-13. Yeah, the 12-13.
1801 here.
Yeah, that one's okay. This one you don't have to.
Okay.
That's for the casinos. I just had it ready in case you decided you wanted to. Yeah, that one's
Okay.
to raise the street lighting. Okay, sorry. ahead.
Report,
Oh, you have to make a motion to do that then. Sorry.
discuss adopting resolution 12-13-2017. And that's for the casinos.
You have to vote for this one. You didn't vote for that yet.
We did.
Oh, did you? Oh, I must have.
Mike
can't
made
touch
a
it.
motion
Oh,
and I
okay.
seconded it. Or
Sorry.
actually, Jim seconded and I voted
Oh,
yes.
okay, awesome, okay. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, and now for the 12-13-2017.
Yeah, that one, you guys already said you're not gonna do, because that's for the casinos.
Okay.
I'll need a vote now.
Yeah, what the heck?
Report on the executive session, discuss and make a motion to appoint a secretary treasurer. We had an executive session on Monday to interview for secretary treasurer. Actually, there were 2 applications that were filed and 1 was withdrawn, correct, Jim?
Yeah,
So we have 1 application and I make a motion that we hire Mrs. Dempsey.
I'll second that.
Agree.
Who are we gonna hire, Mike?
Carrie Dempsey from Russell City.
The,
Yes, I don't know.
you want,
Well,
while we're on the
she's new
subject,
in Highland Township.
while we're on the subject, you want a starting date for her to, employment to start?
After the meeting, I'll call and get her
Would
drug
say it would be
tested.
pending,
on her-
drug test.
pending a drug
And
screening.
yeah, I would say just, immediately upon the result of a drug test.
Yeah.
Because if I get,
Find her drug test. And the only thing we did not discuss was her ability to be bonded.
that will be determined by the bond, who I bond with, because she'll send her information and then she'll apply for it, and they'll do this research on that.
Okay, well, my estimation of it is get her started and get her
Yeah.
under your tutelage.
Yeah.
And we
Because
should get
it's,
paid as much
You know,
as
it's the most
Christy.
important part
Yeah,
of
you
the
guys
year
gotta-
right now.
Right, yeah, you guys gotta decide
We'll
what you're
be
gonna start.
saying that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and her starting wage,
Well, I
$12
think
an
$12
hour.
an hour
I agree.
for the
Matter.
first 90 days.
90 days, she'll get $1 an hour raise if,
Yeah. Everything works out right, she'll get $1 an hour raise.
Okay.
Okay, schedule and make a motion to advertise reorganizational and auditors meetings. Yeah. Pretty much don't have a choice on the reorganization.
January
No,
2nd.
no, no.
yeah.
Yeah, January 2nd.
January 2nd.
Do you have any problem with 7 o'clock in the evening?
That's not for me to decide, so.
I say, do you have any?
Yeah, I don't, but I
Okay,
won't be here,
let's
so.
make it 7 o'clock in the evening. You got any problems with that?
That's fine.
I think that gives you, you don't have to take off work to go to
And the
meetings.
Auditors meeting, all the auditors agreed that 6 o'clock on January 3rd is okay with them.
Okay.
Okay.
January 3rd, 6 PM.
All right, and I have a letter here from Ted Lutz from the Kane Republican, and it says, due to a conflict at the Kane Borough Council, I've been unable to personally cover the township board meetings on the second Wednesday of the month at 7 PM. Fortunately, our winter sports writer, Amy Gear, has offered to cover the meetings. However, she soon will be leaving us for another job. At this point, we do not have a replacement. Therefore, I am the lone person in editorial at the Kane newspaper. Our editor is in St. Mary's and handles the St. Mary's Press and the Ridgeway Record in addition to the Kane Republican, all owned by the same Chicago company. Since the Highland Board is reorganizing next month, would you please consider a change in the date for the monthly meetings so we can provide news coverage for the meetings? We usually don't have other meetings on the following dates at 7 PM. The 3rd and the 4th Mondays, the 3rd and the 4th Tuesdays, the 3rd and the 4th Wednesdays, and the 4th Thursday. If you can't change and Kane stays at 6:30 PM on the second Wednesday, I will try to stop on Thursday to review the minutes with the secretary for a story. Of course, we'd rather be able to attend meetings in person. Thank you for your consideration of this request. Ted Lutz, reporter, Kane Republican Daily Newspaper.
Seemed to me we went through this last year too.
My recommendation would be, because at the reorganizational meeting, the new board will set the,
Yeah.
so I would say table that until next.
Reorganization meeting.
But didn't we get through that last year of changing the date and we had a lot
Yeah.
of trouble with it?
Yeah.
And I have another letter here. It's addressed to the Board of Highland Township Supervisors. It says, I am writing to formally notify you that I, Mike Detsch, am resigning from my elected position as Highland Township Supervisor. My resignation will take effect on January 1st, 2018. Thank you. Michael Detsch.
Michael,
You guys have to vote to accept it.
okay.
people don't want me here, so there's no sense in being here.
I want you here.
You're not all the people. All the crap that's been going on
Okay.
through this summer, I've lost friends that,
They could have been very good friends if you lost them.
Right. 'Cause you
no,
can have a friend
they
even
just
if you
believe a
disagree
lot
with
of
them.
rhetoric.
I disagree with you all the time, but that don't mean I hate you.
No, that's not it.
You know, I mean,
There's
I
a lot more
disagree with
going
a lot
on.
of people.
There's a lot of things that have gone on in the past 2 years, that there was no need
Yeah.
for, no call for, number two. I'm not gonna sit up here and take it anymore.
I know, and people shouldn't go into people's
So,
stores and run their
that
mouth and walk like
will-
that.
You have to be
See,
taken.
it's stuff like that right there,
It
right
is-
there.
No, it's true
Don't
though.
need comments from you,
Oh, whatever.
Calm down.
so,
All right.
that's it.
So you
This-
So
guys,
what
this will have to
happens
be
then? You
addressed.
resign the
you
first,
guys
what
have to make a motion to
happens?
accept it.
Michael, Glenn,
He resigns the first.
this will have to be addressed at the
Reorganization.
organizational meeting and the first meeting in January.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
fine.
No,
all
no,
right,
no, because the reorganizational meeting isn't until the 2nd,
second.
and he wants his resignation effective the January 1st.
Yeah. You
So
guys
that
go.
means
We
you
have
from
to vote
from there, we have 30 days.
We have to vote to accept his resignation,
No,
Yes.
right now.
right.
So,
I don't
Sorry,
wanna
I'm
do it
leaving you hooked because you
I-
guys can't appoint a replacement for me.
until after January.
No,
No, you
can't.
can't anyway,
Per the home rule
The way-
charter,
because of the
It
charter.
has to go back
The
to,
charter has to
way-
go,
No,
you have to be
there's
elected.
nobody else that ran.
According to the
the way the home rule charter
On the ballot.
I
states
gotta do, I
that
have to look at it.
the only people that could be appointed to fill the position would be someone that appeared on the ballot.
If the two supervisors don't agree.
No,
If
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. It still has to be somebody that appeared on the ballot. And because there was nobody on the ballot besides Matt, and he's already gonna be a current supervisor, there will not be anybody that can be appointed. It will have to fall on the primary election in May.
You mean you run with just two supervisors then?
It will be two supervisors
Until
until
the
May
primary.
primary, and then there will have to be a special election to fill the rest of Mike's term.
I think he's right.
That's
I
the way the
think so
charter is,
too.
I
that's
think
the
he's
way the
right.
charter is wrote.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Judy, is that how it's written?
That's how it's right.
And Mike, if I wanna make a public comment again, I will, cause I didn't swear, I didn't say no names.
No, but you made accusations.
I didn't make, I said it isn't
Okay,
right.
that's-
It's all
that's-
not right.
that's
Call-
enough.
Call cop if you
That's
want.
enough. I'm not gonna ask you to leave, I'm just gonna ask you to quiet down, okay? I mean, nobody wants to argue. Okay, Jim, I'm gonna vote yes to
I'll second it.
accept
Much to
Mike's
my
resignation.
dismay, I'll
mean,
second it.
I'm not,
I don't wanna
I don't
see-
agree with it, I'm in the same boat as you, I don't agree with it,
I
but
don't
can't-
agree with it,
regret it,
Michael, you
but I have
don't, you're
to.
doing.
I can't make Mike sit up here if he
Yeah,
doesn't wanna be.
no, I know his personal feelings, I know what he's going through, so Michael, I don't want you to leave, but
I appreciate that, Jim. I don't want to, but I don't
Yeah.
really have a choice.
that's,
Okay, moving on. Make a motion to review the bills, make a motion to accept the bills as paid.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, and make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Second it.
I have a comment before you adjourn. Now, we know Christy's turned in a resignation and you so hired this Dempsey girl. Now, do you think there should be any kind of an audit?
yes,
I mean, we audit, don't get me wrong.
No.
Us girls audit.
yes.
But I think there should be a
An exit audit.
professional
Yeah,
audit.
well, it doesn't necessarily have to be professional, but you should do,
Christy, I can't hear you.
the auditors are supposed to do an exit audit for if there's any change in the board, or if the secretary leaves before she's reappointed, you are supposed to do an exit audit. If a supervisor leaves before his term is complete, you
Michael.
have to do an exit audit.
So
Been
what
hell
are
of
you
a
saying?
pleasure whether
You should do an exit
I have a
audit,
lot
but
of
that's
respect
something
for
you will
it.
have to
Thanks, Jim.
either discuss with the other auditors or call
just see
PSATs
any
and see what you
Alright,
should
so
do.
You're
Nope.
saying we should come
Well, they didn't
in
get to hunt
when
much
you're
'cause I've done
definitely
nothing but
done,
working,
not when
but-
you've got your
Right,
books done?
right,
A
yeah,
lot of work.
cause that will just be focused on one certain thing, won't be focused on the entire, on all of the accounts like what you usually do.
So
It'll
can they
be-
do one and it incorporates yours and Mike's votes?
Yes.
And Glenn, since yours all
Yes.
three had changed. and all
Well, no,
three-
Glenn's different because he's leaving
He
because his
filled out his
term's up.
term.
But
Okay.
Mike is in the middle of his term, so it's
Okay, so
different.
they can do a one and.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We'll probably have to get a hold of that Michael to find out exactly what we need to do.
Well, not even necessarily that, I mean, if you even call PSATs, they should be able to walk you through it. I mean, even if they can't answer you, they will
tell you.
point you in the right
Yeah,
direction.
he's real good about
Yeah,
that.
they'll point you in the right
Guys in
direction.
DCED, you know.
Oh, by the way, the other thing, Christy has agreed to stay on in a consulting role to train the new secretary treasurer until they both decide that it's done.
What she did her regular
Right,
thing.
on to get all it, because it's a
Yeah,
real
I
tough
won't be-
time of the year for everybody
I
right now.
won't be here every day, the same hours as she is, it's gonna be pretty limited. It'll probably
That's
only
as
be.
needed between
Yeah,
you and
it's
the new
not gonna be
secretary.
that often. Yeah. Especially since the beginning of the year's company, January is really bad. I couldn't leave her with that, not knowing what she has to do. That wouldn't be right.
But we will still audit
Yes.
your audit.
Yes, yes,
And we won't do hers till next.
right, exactly.
Can you guys have talked to Tom about plowing different this winter? Jeff?
Yep.
Mike, thank you.
Oh, did you notice that some of them have two checks on it?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. So I was gonna make sure you noticed, and I just wasn't.
They've done it before.
Sorry. I got a couple questions. Okay, first of all, the fuel and sewage.